Shubor nakaslem jong unongsan Hima.
Ka Meghalaya State Judicial Academy ringkat ke jingi trelang bat ki Pulit ke jela. Haga arpuway trik ubnay nailar arhajar apunrio kala penong ya ka workshop ke bashisngi Halor kaphang ki an halendet jong ke Jingshngaiñ ha Surok. Tutip bat pule ya ki kendon burom ya ka Surok. Kani ka program kala long ha auditorium jong ka High Court of Meghalaya Shillong. Kani ka workshop lawan banishim Bynta de ki Samla pule ki reu shampang ha ka an bat ki Pulit officer ban Pynshai tho ya ka an ha ka jing penon kam hok ya ka Surok da ka jing kit kli bat ka jing bot renti eki kendon penyat kali. Ka director jong ka Meghalaya State Judicial Academy ka kong kerpa meida lengdo nongbri kala pediang sngoba ya baro ki bawan banishim Bynta ha kani ka program bat kalapan paw ki jing don kam ban don ni ka jing sngo tho ka Pynshai shapang ki an jong ka Jingshngaiñ ha ki Surok la ka de ye ki nong shong shnong neki wei bat kham tam ki Samla ki ba pendon kam ya ka Surok. Ha ka Bynta baningkong jong ka program u additional SP ka traffic East Khasi Hills u Lovish Gak IPS ringkat u ba don kitbor goshi misil u MJS u Judicial Magistrate First Class East Khasi Hills Shillong bat Sora Subdivision kelekren bat ki nong ishim Bynta bat kila jubak ru iki jingkeli balawanra da ki Samla pule ha kaliang ka Jingshngaiñ ka Surok bat ka an. Ha kani ka program kala kedo iki Bynta ba per jong ka Jingshngaiñ ha Surok kentup iki jing penkan an ka baju ja ba ki jing ma ki ba mi naki ha kaliang ka an ka jing don kam bandeng iki helmet bat ki seat belt bat ka shalan system ka jing ekren ki long ru Halor ka jing da ba ka jing tokit iki jing ja accident ha Surok kirukom nya kali ki bashngan pat ka Bynta jong ka technology ha ka ban kentiu ya ka Jingshngaiñ ha Surok. Ha kani kasi u additional SP traffic ka Ribhoy uba Orville Isaac Marsar u MPS but u Deputy Inspector General ka BSF Shillong Sector u VS Rathor IPS kilalong na preng ki nongkren ki bayasam ki jing shampang ki jongki Halor ka jing da ha Surok ka jing penjari ya ka letkawan but ka jing penon kam ya ki Surok da ka jing kit kli. Lapin ko dia kini ka program da ka jing shim smai Halor ka Jingshngaiñ jong ka letkawan ha ki Surok bar ka jing pen Shaki Samla puli ya ka ka baki Pulit penyat kali ki le haman da kasngi habaki penyat kali.
Especially for students. Now for some of you this would have been your first visit, right, to the High Court? Yes? And the first visit also to attend a program of this nature. You must be wondering why the Academy of the High Court has included school students as well as college students, apart from the law students. But we feel that this program is a necessity because we feel that you need to understand at least the basics, isn't it, about traffic rules and your responsibility also. Now when we thought of this program, we initially thought perhaps we'll just include law students. But then after that, we thought that our responsibility goes beyond that. Each and every one of us, we have our own responsibility. Now we have also charted out this program today not to be too technical because it might not really cater to your interest, right? But we thought that at least when you attend this program, you will not just know a little bit about what the law has to say, but at least for you to understand the boundaries that will help you stay safe and alive. Because statistics say that most of road accidents, casualties on the road, often involves young people. So we thought that you should also have the sense of understanding and responsibility. We have very resourceful experts in today's program, and we are sure that they will attempt and be successful, I know, in making all the sessions interesting and good for you all. Now in our program today, we have, resource persons from the police department and also a judicial officer, in simple words, a judge, okay, from the district court. Now we have coordinated with the police department, East Khasi Hills district. And we have here with us Sri Lovish Garg, he's an IPS officer. Happy, right? The tent. We have traffic policemen stationed there to help you understand. You are free to visit that space when we have a break. Okay? You're free to visit. They will be demonstrating, showing you the different features and activities engaged by the traffic department. Okay? It is a space where it is free for you to avail throughout the day. And we will try to maintain the timing till 2:30 because I understand we have school students also. They might have to go back to their schools. Isn't it for their parents to pick them up? I'm not so sure, but Retro might be doing that. Or maybe some other schools, All Saints, Edmonds, but for the college students as well. So we will try to maintain to that time. So without any further delay, I think we will move on to the next session. And a big warm welcome to all of you once again. Thank you.
The idea over here is not bore you for the next 1 hour or for the entire day. Today, fortunately, you have gotten a break from the school, and we really hope that you can enjoy today instead of what we do in classes normally. Sorry to the teachers for that. Yeah. So over the next 1 hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, the idea is that we will be asking Sir some questions regarding basics of road safety. Why do we need to follow road safety? What are the basic laws? So that tomorrow when all of you go out and you drive your vehicles, may I know how many of you are already driving vehicles? Or scooters? Scooters, four-wheelers. Four-wheelers, how many are driving? Okay, that's quite a lot. Two-wheelers, how many are driving? How many of you do pedal riding? You sit behind your parents on a scooty. How many of you sit inside a car when your parents or your family members are driving? All of us, right? See, the idea is that it's not only the person who is driving, they have to follow certain rules and protection. It's any person who is sitting on a two-wheeler, on a four-wheeler, whether you're on the driver's seat or on the passenger seat, there's certain things which we have to take care. Why? Because we have to protect ourselves. Yeah? So keeping that in mind, we will directly jump into the discussion. And another thing, after I ask the question, Sir responds, I do welcome in case any of you have any questions, any comments, any query at any point of time, just raise your hand and we'll be happy to take you ahead. So with your permission, we'll go ahead, sir. So during the enforcement checkings, which we normally do in traffic, a common problem which comes is, a common question which comes is that people think it's my right, it's my life. So even if I'm not wearing a helmet, I am not wearing a seat belt, or for example, I'm drunk and I'm driving, my life is getting endangered. What right does the police or the government have to stop us from doing these things? You understand, right? For example, I think that, oh, I know how to drive a scooter properly, I don't need to wear a helmet. So what right does the police have to enforce and to challan me if I'm not wearing a helmet? So what do you think about it?
I think your question requires us to clarify three things. First, we need to understand what is a law. Then we need to understand what is a right. And then we need to understand what role does the police play in all of this. Right? So before I start becoming very academic, can one of you tell me what do you understand? Your own understanding. There is no right or wrong answer here, right? What is your own understanding of what a law is? Any volunteer?
Sir, as far I know, law is something made by the government to keep the citizens safe and to protect them. So just like that, there is laws for road safety also which all civilians should follow to not cause other harms. As far it comes to your own right should not hamper someone else. An accident caused by your own fault will also hamper the timing and the safety for other people's. Road gets blocked, people get delayed. So it's better to follow the laws made by the government. My name is Misha Khatun and I am from St. Mary PCA department.
Wonderful. Thank government there for the benefit of people, if I'm summarizing her. And she says that rights are there, but if we all don't follow the laws equally, there will be chaos. That is what she says, what the law is and how the rights relate to the law. Anyone else wants to tell us what they understand the law?
Which have been implemented by the judicial court as well as the government. so that the citizens they abide according to it in order to implement the safetiness of each and everyone, because someone's right can also be a destruction to another person's right. So basically, here we mostly follow law so that each and everyone is safe and protected. Because sometimes we think that we have the right to life, but then our right to life can also be a violation to someone else's right to life.
That's a very, very good answer, very insight you're saying, right? Say for example, I can swing my hand around, right? There's no problem. If I come like this, is that a problem?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because I'm affecting sir, I'm being hit sir, right?
Yes, sir.
So the way in which we express our rights can also be limited. That's a very important point you've raised. And many of you may not have had the chance to vote, right? But your parents or your elder siblings, you would have seen them go to vote. They vote to elect a particular representative. One of the roles of that representative is to become either a member of parliament or legislative assembly. Legislative assembly is at the state level. That representative, the word comes from representing, right? Representative. In the legislative assembly, he participates to create laws. The legislative assembly or the parliament will make laws. What does that mean? That means we all send somebody on our behalf. Those people who go on our behalf, they discuss what are the things that we need to do and that we can do together, that we can all follow. Once they agree on that, it comes out in the form of what is called a statute, or commonly we call it a law, right? So the law is a common agreement between us as people through our representatives that we will follow these things for our overall betterment, right? We're following that? So that is the law, or that is a statute. The right, where does it come from? It comes from that understanding that we have made through our representatives. What is that understanding? For example, that let us say there is a law that we create where we say no one will shout at anyone. Now, if I'm in this setting here, suddenly one of you starts shouting at me, saying, "Why are you talking so much?" Where does your right come? Your right comes from this agreement that we have through our representatives in the form of a law, saying that no one will shout at anyone. So the right that you have, there is a source for that right, and that source is the law or the statute, right? Now, imagine when you are on the road, there is so much chaos going on. Vehicles from the right, vehicles from the left, sometimes you feel like you're going to be hit. If we do not have rules that we agree, there will be no possibility of driving on the road. Supposing anybody can turn anywhere, anybody can drive at any speed, imagine how difficult it will be to be on the road. There is a risk that will be there. There is a possibility of injuries. So, we have a law which is called the Motor Vehicles Act 1988. There are rules made under that particular act. These govern the conditions under which driving can take place, right? So for example, if you have to go and get a license, there is a minimum syllabus that you must be aware of, that you must have knowledge about, and that you must pass. It's a theoretical component you must have, right? So there are acts or rules or laws. Those laws give you certain rights. Now we come to what many of you have said, that those rights can affect somebody else. For example, there is a rule which says you need to wear a helmet. Why should I wear a helmet? I like my hair. I don't have much hair, but for those who have hair, right? You like your hair, you have taken time to comb it, fix it. You wear a helmet, by the time you reach somewhere else, you take it out, your hair goes haywire. Why should I do that? I want to look good. Well, imagine what happens if you get into an accident and you suffer injury. How will your parents feel? Or if a parent gets into an accident, what happens to his children? Who takes care of them? So our rights that we call my rights are not absolute, they are limited. And how I choose to live also affects how other people live. And so the rules that we have are made taking into account everybody's requirement. And that is why you have a rule which says, for example, wear a helmet. So now we have two things. We have the law, which is our common agreement that this is how we will behave. Two, from that law we have certain rights. Those rights are limited. And three, what is the role of the police? If we have rights and if we have rules where we agree to behave in a particular way, what happens if someone does not behave like we agree? Who do you turn to? Who says, hey mister, what you're doing is wrong? Someone must be there. We have an institution called the police. That is their role to make sure that rights are enjoyed within the limits, that rules that are there, those are observed.